Watch where you're going. Hello everyone, we have had our breakfast, done some chores, and we kind of did Sebastian's class. He was a disaster though. It was just going so fast. By the time he figured out what he's supposed to be doing, they'd be on to the next thing. But we've got a bunch of library books we are taking back right here. It's not focusing on that. It's just too bright in the car. And it's getting super hot. So we are going to have our walk here at the shopping center with some cold drinks because it's just brutal, too hot to walk around the neighborhood. We'll be in the shade with some icy beverages, and then hopefully by the time we're done our walk, our library books will be ready to pick up. But worst case, we had to return some that are due. Even returning them today, we're gonna get late notices because they hold on to them for 4 days and they're due in 3 days. So yeah, well, we're gonna put our order in and do our walk, and then we will go to the library. Come on, babe. Oh, it is so hot. We've been doing our walk. This mask is just like a hot sauna inside. But now we are gonna go return all these books. We'll see what's ready on the hold shelf. We might have to come back in a couple days. I don't know that they're ready. Hello everyone. I guess I haven't really seen you much today, or I guess maybe you've seen me too much because I haven't filmed a whole lot of other stuff, but it was just a busy Monday and I've been working because I had a lot of deadlines last night after everybody was asleep. I worked from midnight to 1 a.m. I did a beer growler update, a new glass design for a brewery. I updated a beer label I did to a new design and created a new one based on a series that we've been doing, so that one's not too long to do. And then today I had edits on that series label. And then at nap time, like right before nap time, I got a final label in. We were waiting on the artist to finish the illustration, and then I had the challenge of trying to fit all of the legal text that we were required to have in these tiny little spaces that were left. It's always a game of Tetris, and not only do you need to fit it, it needs to be readable, it needs to be legally the right size text. There's requirements on that, and it needs to look good. So I ended up doing that after nap time. He slept from 3:40. It was pretty late because of my working whenever I could fit it in. He slept from 3:40 to 5:40, and then he didn't want to get up right away. So I showed him some videos of when he was 15 months old and we were in the Outer Banks. So cute. Then we went downstairs and we're running low on dinner choices. down to like just pasta and ramen, which is pasta. And we just had pasta recently, so we ordered food. So that bought me a half an hour to do that. The last label, or maybe like 40 minutes. So I got that one sent off. I haven't heard back. Tends to be like just like a time when I'm not at my computer is when I finally hear back on edits, but no worries. So yeah, that was mainly my day, but what we did do errand-wise is, well, I'll just start on my whole day because I don't know what I've told you. We got up and went downstairs around 10, even though I woke up pretty early, like at 7. We had our breakfast. I always do my Korean lesson on my phone while I'm eating. And then instead of going off and doing a morning walk, I did chores until I got some work stuff in. And I did that. And we went up and did Sebastian's class. He was having a hard time today because it just was going so fast. Like they play a song and the song has telling you instructions. And it was just, by the time he'd process it, they'd be 2 steps ahead. They'd be like, now take your blanket and wad it up, put it underneath the chair. Now your blanket's a cat, take it out and put it on the seat. What a nice cat. Now take your blanket, and that's literally how fast it's going. And he's still like wadding his blanket up and processing the fact that it's supposed to go under the chair, and it's just like, so I ended up writing to them like during the class, like, what do you suggest? I'm not really sure what to do if I try to help him. He just ends up in tears because he feels like I'm rushing him or that I'm disappointed, when I'm really just like, no, you do this and no, you do. So half the time I'm just saying, oh, don't worry about it, just move on to this. Or, I don't know. Some days it's just, he clicks and he loves it and he does awesome all week. And then some weeks he ends up crying, laying on the floor. Poor guy. He really misses his regular classes. But what can you do? So we did the class, and then we packed up our library stuff because Jax had not returned an audiobook that is now due in 3 days. I feel like I talked about some of this. I'm so sorry that I repeat myself so much. But yeah, because they put them on hold in like a quarantine situation, all books and stuff that you return to the library for 4 days. It is going to give me a late notice on my phone, but they finally added on to everything. Don't worry, your book's probably in quarantine. There's no late fees anymore. So it's not a big deal, but it stresses me out. I know somebody's waiting for it because I couldn't renew it. That means somebody has it on hold, and I feel bad that I'm keeping it from them. So it'll only be like a day late getting to them. So we also returned a whole bunch of Sebastian's books that he had finished. I had put some books on hold for him at breakfast, and I made sure they were all in our library available, but I guess they just were too busy. They didn't make it to them, so probably tomorrow my phone's going to be going off every 5 seconds saying, a book is available, book is available, book is available. But instead, when we got there, it was all Jax's books. I knew he had 3, and we grabbed those right away. Then we went to the children's section, and we picked like 5 or 6 books for Sebastian just to hold him over until his come in. He already had like about 10 on his shelf back at home still. And then I ended up finding a ton to get for Jax that I was pretty sure he hadn't read yet. So I grabbed probably like 6 to 10 for him on top of the 3 we already had. And then we decided to go one more time to the hold shelf to see if anything else was there. And there was 2 more books on the hold shelf for Jax. None for Sebastian yet. And then I noticed on the cart there was 3 more for Jax, and I hadn't gotten any of the alerts yet that those had arrived. So I had to ask one of our favorite librarians who normally runs all the homeschool programs, well, can we just grab these? She was like, yeah, sure. So we left with this really heavy bag, a really long receipt for Jax, but just a few books for Sebastian. It's usually the other way around. But I didn't want to get too much for Sebastian when he has a bunch that are coming. So after that, we drove, before that we went to Starbucks. I'm so silly. So normally we would do Starbucks after the library to have a walk and cool off with a drink. But we ended up going first, right after class, because we were trying to give the library more time to get all the books in. 1 p.m. is when the truck that goes around between all the branches usually arrives and unloads. And it was, let's see, the class was 1:45 to 12:15. Yeah, it was around 12:30. So we ended up getting to the library around 1, and I think that's why all the books were coming in. But yeah, we just walked back and forth in the shopping center, saw a friend who was on her way into our little gym to pick up her daughter. They do summer camps now if your child is potty independent. Like Sebastian is potty trained, but he's not potty independent. He can't get up on an adult potty on his own, and he can't wipe himself on his own. He probably would struggle to like even flush properly, and like he needs help. So even if we weren't just not on board with other people's kids breathing on our kids, still maybe further down the line when more immunity is out there. But yeah, he can't go. But we did see our friend, and that was nice to quickly say hello. We do chat on the phone though. Lots of walking back and forth. Very, very hot. My mask was very hot and steamy. It's just so humid. It's been like popping up to the 80 percentile for the humidity lately. Just so gross. I think in a day or two it's just gonna start raining again, like these storms that pop up. So we'll probably save our mall walk for one of those stormy, rainy days. Let's see. After we got home from the library, we sat down and had a snack. Sebastian had already had some little bagel ball things, bantam bagels, while we were walking. I had half of a lemon loaf and I saved the other half for Jax, but I sat down and I had more work, so I was working on that. What did I have? I don't even remember what I was editing at that point. I feel like I was doing a label or something. I don't even know what I was doing. I was doing work. I don't remember what it was. More brewery stuff though. And then when I finished, it was almost 3. It was 3. And we went upstairs for a nap. We read a book that had like 6 stories in it, Mo Willem's book. And then he got to sleep around 3:40. And then we are full circle to where I started telling you about our day. So that was it. Sorry, in the half of this video is just me telling you about my day, and I know you don't care, but future me will appreciate watching this. I do watch them back now that I can see like a year. Coming up in October, that will be 2 years of vlogging. Yesterday's vlog was 666, by the way. Did you notice that? But yeah, in October, late October, I believe, I will hit 2 years of vlogging, and then I'm gonna have to write 1 year ago and 2 years ago, which will add a little time to my video posting at 2 in the morning, but it'll be interesting to see. I know in the future this year will be incredibly interesting to look back on, being that it's the year of the pandemic and the dumpster fire and the horrible leadership and everything's going wrong. Please let us survive this year. Anyway, guys, much love to you. I hope you're safe. Stay safe and healthy. Stay away from other people as much as you can, but do what makes you have joy in your life in a safe way. Don't forget to wash your hands.